ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਧਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਨਿਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਲਈ ਸਿਰਦਰਦੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਮੇਂ-ਸਮੇਂ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਘਟਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਾਅਦੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਅਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵਸ਼ਾਲੀ ਨਤੀਜੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦਰਾਂ ਘਟਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਕਵਰੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਦਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੇਬ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਭੁਗਤਾਨ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਬਦਲ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਐਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਦਲਾਅ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਕੋਟਕ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਇੰਜਰੀ ਲਾਅ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਅਤੇ ਸੋਲਿਸਿਟਰ ਨਨੇਸ਼ ਕੋਟਕ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਬਦਲਾਅ ਉੱਪਰ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਕਿਰਿਆ ਦਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਲੈਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਘਾਟੇ ਦਾ ਸੌਦਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ।
Auto insurance, it's a very hot topic. What we have in Ontario, unfortunately, is a lack of coverage, high premiums, and high insurance industry profits. So we have a two-tier system in Ontario. The first is accident benefits through the accident benefits schedule. You're entitled to a maximum of $400 a week for income replacement benefits, and it's been the same way since around 1998. Most rehabilitation is capped out at $3,500 unless you can show that you have fractures or a complete tear of a ligament or severe psychological injuries. We pay for $65,000. Most of the time we just get $3,500. The fault system, that is the ability to sue the other driver, is also quite hampered. First, to get money for pain and suffering, you have to prove that you have a serious and permanent impairment of an important bodily, mental, or psychological function. And even if you do that, there's almost a $46,000 deductible, and that goes up every year for inflation. So we see we've got a system that doesn't really pay compensation fairly for accident victims. Let's look at premiums and auto insurance profits. So in 2020, the auto insurance industry in Ontario made $3.68 billion. Their regulatory authority, FSRA, mandates that the insurance company should have a 5% profit for premiums earned. However, in 2020, it was over 27%. In 2021, it was over 23%. We don't have the stats yet for 22, but I'm sure it's going to be quite high up there as well. What about premiums? From 2021 to 2023, auto insurance premiums in Ontario on the average went up by 12%. But we know for places like Brampton, pretty well anywhere in the GTA, but particularly Brampton, it's gone up a lot more. It's not fair, obviously, but look what's coming now. So in January of 2024, due in my opinion to the insurance lobby, the government has put in legislation that allows you to opt out of direct property damage compensation. What does that mean? If your vehicle is struck by another driver's vehicle due to not your fault, right now your own insurance would cover the cost of that vehicle. Right? They'd give you the what's called the black book value, or it gets repaired. But if you opt out of that coverage, which is being offered effective January of 2024, with the suggestion that your premium might stabilize or it might reduce a little bit, you wouldn't have coverage for that. So how would you pay your lease off? How would you pay your finance off? How would you afford to get another car? And how would you afford to pay for your existing damage? So please keep that in mind, that when this change comes in, my suggestion is that you don't opt out of that coverage. It's an essential coverage. And speaking of coverage, there are a number of optional benefits that are available under your auto policy. And I don't know if, I'm sure brokers do offer it to people, but in case they don't, just be aware, you can increase your rehabilitation coverage for a very short amount of money, not very much. You could increase your income replacement benefits, you pay a little bit extra, okay? And also, you could increase your liability coverage, so it's not going to be kept at the minimum of $250,000 or at $1 million. Slightly more, you can feel your family is much more secure. I know it's unfair. We pay a lot of premiums for the product that's given, but unfortunately, this is our system in Ontario. We need to be vigilant to make sure we have proper coverage so that we're protected in case of an accident. I do hope that this has been helpful. And if anybody has any questions, you can reach us through our website, kotaklaw.com. Thank you so much.